coming out of Far From Home is Mysterio. What's his background, right? It's Chari Tech or Mystic Art stuff. So we're talking that. We've talked that. Is it elementals or is it special effects? Now about to go into, you ready to talk Sinister Six?
Oh, I'm definitely down to talk Sinister Six.
All right. So, guys, we definitely want y'all hopping in on this because we're talking fan casting the Sinister Six because everybody loves Sinister Six. It's got to be, it's somewhere they're heading, and I can't wait to see it, and it's going to be fun. So we already know we got the Vulture, which is Michael Keaton. We got Mysterio, which is Jake Gyllenhaal. They got Scorpion, which, include him or don't include him, but he's probably going to be in the mix, and that's how do you pronounce the name? Michael Mando? Mando.
I think it's Mando. Michael Mando. Stalker.
Yeah, if he's coming back.
Avengers 4 could bring him back.
Could, yeah. I don't know though. I mean, it absolutely could. I mean, he threw it to somebody else afterwards, didn't he? Said, yeah, the bus dude.
Yeah.
The dude that Ned stuck to the bus or whatever.
Yeah, so there could be
he could be back.
Third or fourth Shocker now.
Yeah. So let's look at the guys we haven't got cast. The probably one of the ones that's going to be the most fun is Norman Osborne.
Oh, good old Hobgoblin.
Yeah. Well, you have to have Norman Osborne before you have the other Osborne, Harry Osborne.
That includes Scorpion. Oh, okay, I'm behind, sorry.
So, yeah, definitely includes Scorpion. Yeah, I think he's coming. He's there threatening Michael Keaton in prison. For Norman Osborne, I'm gonna throw some names out there. I'll throw the first name out there because I think this one will be fun. We talked about it earlier when it came to Uncle Ben. What if they dropped Tobey Maguire in as Norman Osborne?
No way. I don't. No.
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 Absolutely not.
I honestly love Willem Dafoe's Hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah, I love him. I think they have to steer clear of recasting those dudes, though.
Agreed.
Well, let's go up that path. What about James Franco? Not as Harry, but as Norman.
I can see that.
Hey, Mad Max, how are you this evening? We're talking Sinister Six right now, and just throwing around some crazy ideas for casting of Norman Osborn. So far, we've got Tobey Maguire, which got shot down pretty quick, and then throughout James Franco not doing Harry this time, doing Norman, which could be neat.
It would be neat, but I don't think they would do it. They're going to bring in a new, fresh, older man, probably.
I think Mad Max is right. I think James Franco would be great. Everybody goes and does the Google thing on it, right? Well, let me throw one out that I came across because this guy does everything well. What if you threw Denzel Washington in there?
That's not a Denzel role. I just don't see it.
Denzel can do any role, man.
Denzel's never a villain, though. He's never a bad guy.
That's why it would be good. Wait, hold up. Have you not seen Training Day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I think Bruce Greenwood would be a good Hobgoblin.
I don't know who's that. What's he play?
He's in the new Star Trek movies.
Oh.
Look him up if you have to.
I'll have to.
He just looks like he could be a good hobgoblin to me. I just rolled around looking at people's faces and placing them on characters.
Yeah. There's been a lot of scuttlebutt about Matthew McConaughey.
I picture him being an Adam Warlock, if anything.
I'll tip my hat to that. That's a good one.
You just have to beef up a little bit, which I think he could do because he's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, what was that movie he was in with the dragons? Reign of Fire?
Yeah.
Back in the day, he was a beast in that one. But, let's see.
I don't know if there's anything you know this guy from.
I got two more on my list that were on some of the other lists, and I don't like them. I would like to see one of them do a bad guy, do a villain, but the other one I don't want in the MCU. Christopher Walken in any role in the MCU, yes, why not? I mean, he could. Where would you cast Christopher Walken if you could pick anything for him? I don't know if I want him as Norman Osborne, but that would be good.
I could actually see him pull off the Norman Osborne.
Yeah, I mean, he's crazy enough.
Yes, he is.
And is he still getting around good? Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott's got to be a good guy. I can't see Sam Elliott I can't see Sam Elliott doing anything by it.
What was the last thing Christopher Walken was even in?
I don't know, honestly. I'd have to hop on some IMDb and find that out. Okay, I'm going to throw somebody out there. I'm going to throw two names. One of them I don't want in the MCU, and the other one I want to see as a bad guy. Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise. I want to see Tom Hanks as a bad guy. Maybe not Norman Osborn, but I want to see him as a bad guy doing something.
I have a whole list of bad guys here, and I don't think I can slide Tom Hanks into any of those roles.
That's a good point. Mad Max mentions the Collector. He would have been really good as the Collector rather than what's his name?
Benicio del Toro. No Tom Cruise. I
agree. Oh man.
Probably make his way in eventually.
I'm gonna put this clip up because it basically summarizes my attempt here. You guys fixing me. There's such a lag time between where I hit the button and I have to wait for it to pop up on the screen, on the actual stream. But yeah, when it hits, it's gonna be worth it.
But what do you see Tom Hanks being? You said you want him in a role. Like, what do you want?
I don't care. I don't know. I could see him somewhere in the Elementals. Or not the Elementals, I'm sorry. The Eternals. I just don't know where.
That just is perfect.
So there are those good actors that were thrown out there, like a Tom Hanks, or that's me right there. That's you guys playing Star-Lord, me as Iron Man, and just getting told my ideas suck. So,
you to slap people with the truth.
Yeah, you guys hit me with the truthiness. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on it more.
I will ponder this for a very long time.
Me too. I don't know. I don't know if I like the who they picked for Carnage. What's his name? He looks crazy. I'll give him that. Maybe Tom Hanks does Star Fox. Thanos' brother, Eros. He's going to have to be younger. I don't know. You know what? I listened to a video not too long ago how basically his role in the Mission Impossible movies is basically Captain America. I mean, he is everything action guy.
He's got to put Jackie Chan in the mix then.
Jackie Chan?
Yeah, go ahead and give him a role.
Why not? I don't know. If you bring Wolverine in and you follow the Japanese storyline of him going to Japan, and I mean you could bring in a lot. I mean, heck, there's still the Mandarin out there. I almost said Mandalorian. There's still the Mandarin out there.
I don't know if I like Woody as Carnage either. We'll have to see how it goes.
I know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the whole post-credit scene that they put together. Like, that just...
I agree. It was so clunky.
Yeah.
Ice
Cube as Luke Cage.
Hey, why not? I can see that.
I like the dude who plays Luke Cage. I think he's awesome.
They did do a good job casting the guy for Luke Cage in the Netflix series. He looks the part. I mean,
I think they cast everyone in Netflix well.
They did. They've done really good over there. It's let's see.
It's kind of like Woody as Carnage, but that wig was terrible.
That wig was so bad. I wish they would have honestly done just like a background scene, like if you just seen like serial killer Cletus Cassidy arrested, responsible for over 78 murder or at least 78 murders or something like that, just a background thing or something, and then just have that as the lead in. Don't make it necessarily what they did where they're actually meeting, because now it just seems like next time it's going to be weird. You know what I mean? It's like, oh hey, you're back. We meet again. I don't know.
Yeah, I wanted to see like a symbiote or something from the huge fight, like worming on into like a prison cell or something. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah. I think
You think?
I got somebody texting me and I was like, oh hey. The thing on the symbiotes, something. If anything, something should have happened during that initial visit where he's there and he attacks him or something, cuts him, and some of the symbiote gets left behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that little bit of the symbiote ends up left behind, and since it's afraid it's going to die, it goes into Carnage, or goes into Cletus Cassidy where he's cut himself and everything. It actually goes inside him and merges with his blood. Because that was why Carnage was so much stronger. Was he wasn't it wasn't just a surface binding; it was an internal binding as well. He was all the way merged with the guy with Cletus Cassidy. So in Carnage was a Venom spinoff, or not spinoff, but it came from the Venom symbiote. It was a portion of it that left. So I think that would have been a better tie-in than what we got. Like I said, it just felt rushed and clunky, and I wish they would have spent maybe 15, 16 more minutes shopping for a better wig. But Iron Fist casting was terrible. I didn't watch Iron Fist.
The first season was horrible.
That bad?
Yeah.
I've heard everybody clown on him, saying it's like it was bad. It was just he was like one of the worst actors ever to grace anything with Marvel on it.
I think just how they did the whole first season was terrible. That's the only way to put it. Like, the action wasn't that good. The acting in general wasn't impressive. Like, the whole thing was just whack. Oh, that was the same dude from Game of Thrones. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I don't know. Let's see. All right.
Sinister Six casting.
All right. What about Kraven the Hunter?
I got two names.
I've got three.
One dude I could see playing this role.
Who that?
I don't even know how to say his last name. Joe Manganiello.
I saw him when I was looking around.
The dude he's off True Blood, and he's off, what's that other movie? The male stripper movie. I can't even think of it now.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike, yeah.
I'm sorry that I know that.
The only person I can see is Kraven.
I got a couple that I liked.
All right, what do you got?
Gerard Butler.
Okay. He was
Yeah. I got one that I wrote down because I was like, I can see it, but then I see what he did to Apocalypse, and so I think no, and that's Oscar Isaac.
Okay, yeah.
And then my last one, for Kraven, if you throw a beard on this guy, what if you did The Rock? What if Dwayne Johnson was Kraven?
I don't see it. I just can't.
Can't do it.
Does The Rock even do facial hair?
Yeah. I think he did in one movie.
I think he did as well. I also have Manu Bennett.
Arnold.
Huh? It's Arnold?
Arnold for any role, anywhere, anytime. You know somebody who I see jumping into to movies really soon. He's in big with these guys. He hangs. I mean, him and Arnold are buddies. I see J.J. Watt making that jump. I think he's smart enough where he's not going to play football forever, and he knows that. And I could see him jumping on a similar movie route as Arnold.
I can see that happening probably in the next 2 to 3 years.
I mean, he's a beast.
Sooner.
Well, I think being that as big as they are, though, it kind of eliminates them from some roles. Because a lot of those dudes are like little bitty, like 5'3" dudes. Like Tom Cruise is, like knee high to a grasshopper or something. He's not big at all. So, a lot of them are that way. Like they're around 5'6". So, J.J. Watt being like 6'4" or whatever, that's kind of maybe hurt him.
Mm-hmm. You never saw Spartacus either, did you?
No.
Yeah, my second guy is Manu Bennett, who played Quixus in Spartacus. You throw a beard on him, he looks like he could pull off a Kraven.
You know who's been trying to get some love from the MCU lately? John Cena. Since we mentioned The Rock, and I'm kind of hitting on some other.
He's on my list. And do you want to take a guess of what character?
They need some swole French guy to play Kraven. Do they have swole Frenchmen anymore?
I don't know. All they do is lose the wars.
I agree. It would help if, like I said, I put I haven't seen Spartacus. I haven't seen Spartacus. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I'm a PG And if I get really edgy, I'll throw a PG-13 movie in kind of guy. So Cena was good in Bumblebee? Yeah, if I was going to guess, that's what I was going to guess is Rhino. So.
Oh, no, he's one of my Sandman characters.
That's the.
Throw him with that high top haircut and let him rock.
That's the look that Sandman's always had, is that high top.
Yep. I think John Cena can pull that one off. What kind of nerd are you?
Everybody in the chat acting like I'm just like you can leave now. Everybody in here just ripping on me. It's all good, brother. I'm sure Loki's got something to say about that. Just wait for it. It's coming. Who would you put it in for the Rhino instead? I mean, John Cena. That's everybody treating me right now.
I didn't even write people down for Rhino. I didn't, since they already cast him, I didn't see him recasting him. I just don't see him making it in the upcoming Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. That's probably true. He was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, so it's kind of, do they want to bring him back up? The Rock, yeah, The Rock could do Rhino as well. I mean,
who's that? Oh, The Rock.
Yeah, throw Dwayne Johnson in there. He'd kill it.
Or Brock Lesnar.
What? Let's see.
Buff dudes in general. Yep.
I'm going off on like Hulk guys. I was thinking about Absorbing Man all of a sudden. That he'd be a good one. Throw the Wrecking Crew out there. I don't know. What about the big one? What about Doc Ock? Who do you cast for Dr. Octopus? I've got two. It's a short list, but I think both of them would be money.
Is one of them Dwight Schrute?
One of them is Dwight Schrute. Absolutely. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is definitely it's gone down the memory hole. I'm not gonna waste time going back and watching that one. They missed Peter Parker. They didn't get it. When I first watched it, me and my wife were both just like, they overblew his arrogance. You know, Spider-Man was always a smart aleck, but I don't know. He just didn't work. He wasn't a jerk. I mean, he would rip on people while he was kicking their tail, but he wasn't a jerk about it. And especially to other people. When he was in just straight Peter Parker, as Spider-Man, he was a smart aleck. I mean, he would run his mouth. But as Peter Parker, he wasn't. I feel like they missed that completely. All right, so number 2, Leonardo DiCaprio for Doc Ock.
In any role.
What about Mark Hamill as Doc Ock?
I think he'd play a pretty good Doc Ock.
But I got him for 2 roles, either or. That or the Lizard, because he does great voice acting. He has the Joker for he does more voice acting than I think he does regular acting nowadays. So what if he did something like the Lizard, where he was basically a CGI character, where he didn't have to do all the actual acting part. I mean, that might be down for him. So yeah, Mark Hamill. Or is it Rainn Wilson?
Rainn.
Yeah.
I have Michael Shannon on my list. The dude who played General Zod.
Yeah.
I think he'd also make a good Doc Ock.
He would. Yeah, he was. you know,
and I don't mind mixing. I don't mind pulling people from the DC to come play Marvel.
Oh no! Based off of last week's live stream, I'm hesitant to say anything about Aquaman.
What's that?
Because I got ripped on pretty hard because basically said, hey, he's a good Jason. Was it Jason Momoa? Jason?
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
If you're pulling people from DC, man, he would be he would kill it as Kraven.
True, but he is DC right now.
Yeah. He's carrying he's got the rucksack, man. He's carrying it all. Him playing I don't know how that Joker movie's gonna go. I've heard some rumblings that it's gonna be I don't know. I'm more excited about that than a lot of movies, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to reprise that. I wouldn't want to be the next guy up for that role. You know what I mean? After the Dark Knight, I wouldn't want to say, yeah, I could beat that.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Heath Ledger killed it. You can't top it.
I totally agree.
Aquaman was fun. Aquaman was a really fun movie. That is a good way to describe it. And I was mad at DC, the rest of the DC universe after watching Aquaman, because this is what this could have been, and you guys had to go play games. You go back to Man of Steel. I didn't think that movie was bad.
No, I really like that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they rushed everything.
Everything after that was rushed.
Yeah, I mean, they felt like, Marvel's putting out this Civil War, or they got wind that they were doing Civil War. They're like, well, let's beat them with Superman versus Batman, and that didn't work because what if they had laid it out like the MCU did? What if we'd have had the Aquaman movie? What if we had, which I know it's not set before, it's set after Justice League, but that was like one line that basically led you down that path. So what if we introduced all the characters before the Justice League movie? I think it would have been a much better if they'd just taken their time with it, had a plan rather than rushing through it as like a cash grab.
I like all the people. Well, I don't really like Flash. The funny thing is, I like Flash, but I don't like how they're portraying him in DC.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common. That's pretty cool. I remember listening to a interview with Stan Lee where he was making fun of DC. And what he said was, what we'll do is we will go out and he's like, for instance, we'll take, we'll put a lot of red on all our covers. On all our covers this next couple months, we're going to have a lot of red. And they would notice and they would wait and they would watch until DC started doing the same thing and they would change it. They would be like, no red, switch to blue. Or the talking bubbles, they'd be like, none on the cover. And then they'd watch DC do the same thing, and then Marvel would switch, and DC would again play catch up. It was funny. He just clowned with them. They've always been that way, in my opinion. The best stuff DC puts out is when they stop trying to be Marvel and they just embrace, their characters.
Yeah. Speaking of Stan Lee, do you see them putting him in Far From Home at all? Or?
I don't know if his Far From Home cameo was filmed or not. I know I was told his in-game one and Captain Marvel one, I believe, were both filmed. I don't know about the Far From Home one. So, I'll I'll tell you what. When I went to go see, was it Spider-Verse? I went to go see after he passed. I about started cheering when I saw the saw him on it. It's just, I don't know.
Is there an animated Stan Lee in it?
Yeah. There is. Spider-Verse was pretty good. I did enjoy that movie.